Why she doesn't want you, Mr. Nice Guy, and what to do about it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to One Mail. In this video, I will talk about one of the biggest problems guys face when dating, being too nice. A lot of guys think that they'll get the girl by being a nice guy, but that's not always the case. In fact, sometimes being too nice can have the opposite effect. So in this video, I'm going to show you why women don't want Mr. Nice Guy and what you can do about it. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Most, if not all, of the men viewing this film were once lovely guys who took after all when it came to women. I went through the same thing, especially during my adolescence. I was a huge kid growing up and was constantly tormented for it, to the point where I wasn't secure enough to acquire a partner. This continued into my high school years until Mother Nature blessed me with puberty and I shed all the weight. The problem was that I was so used to not having a partner that I became hesitant and afraid to approach girls. Regarding dating, I eventually concluded that I was bored of being single and wanted to experience bedroom pleasure. So I started putting myself out there, hoping to find a girlfriend, but I couldn't enter into a serious relationship for about 7 years. I would have short flings and scenario ships with 304s, but none felt true to me, and I didn't take any of them seriously. Trying to be a good person my way into a relationship cost me hundreds of rejections and wasted time over 7 years. I'm not kidding. I wanted you to reject me every day for over a year. And that girl just did it for me, at least in my thoughts. I passed up other opportunities because I was so focused on that one girl, and I still haven't gotten her anywhere near anything sexual with her. I was such a blue pill that I continued along and upward as a better man even after that incident. And it wasn't until I went to college that I eventually received a harsh awakening. So remember, I mentioned the lady who had rejected me for over a year. Well, she had a friend group, and in that friend group was a girl I liked, and by some divine intervention, we ended up taking the same college course. So you see, it wasn't the girl who had rejected me hundreds of times that drove me to seek answers. No, it was her adorable, innocent-looking companion that fucked me up so badly that I wanted to control Alt and delete myself. Here's how it works. I absolutely liked this girl. She was physically everything I desired. She was tiny, adorable, and thin, with excellent natural hair, a good-sized breast and butt, and light skin. I almost forgot to add her lovely feet. Hey, I'm a feet guy. Okay, when I see gorgeous feet, it makes me happy it is what it is, so don't criticize your boy for obtaining this girl. I had to watch numerous YouTube videos on running games. I even bought books on how to make women desire you, which worked since I got the girl, but the problem was that I was still a big monkey fool, and boy did I fumble the bag before we ever started dating. I recall her telling me that no matter what I did, I would never have bedroom fun, and for some reason, I thought I could change her mind and persuade her to give me her sugary nectar. Look, gentlemen, if a woman says something like that to you and you're not a top man, just walk away. I wouldn't be on YouTube today if I had walked away when she said that. For 2 years, I tried to get her to have bedroom fun with me. To this day, I haven't tasted felt or sugary nectar. I remember being so depressed that I wanted to end things because I wondered if there was something wrong with me or if I wasn't attractive or worth having bedroom fun with. I did everything possible to make this broad happy, but in retrospect, it was the most useless 2 years of my life because I still didn't receive what I wanted out of the relationship. She got to use my attention, time, and energy, but I didn't gain much more than a lesson. Make no mistakes, I wasn't flawless, and she wasn't all that horrible either. I loved having her around then, but when it came down to it, I was a huge sucker who got used. That relationship taught me that being a decent guy or a good man does not pay off and is not desired or cherished. I entered that relationship intending to be the good man who would not cheat or mistreat her, but I ended up being the one who received the awful treatment. I couldn't prove she cheated, but I wouldn't be surprised if she had someone in the background while withdrawing from our relationship. You guys need to understand that being a kind guy gets you used and mistreated in your relationship. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's true. I'm living proof of this, so believe me when I say she doesn't want a good guy. If you don't believe me, look at who she selects to slide between her legs and who she places in her beta male orbit. Chad and Tyrone aren't there. And you already know I'm correct. I discovered these things from my prior relationship as a beta male simp, which will be my last. I'll never return to the plantation. I'd rather die alone and have maggots and flies all over my dead carcass than return to the plantation. Okay, gentlemen, here we go. Nice men will always elevate the divine feminine. The unfortunate fact about decent males is that they revere the divine feminine and the peace leaf. Coach Greg Adams, friendly people, feel with every cell in their body that women are superior to them, and that the peace sleeve is the most important thing on the face of the globe. A beautiful woman is like a deity to a lovely gentleman, and her sticky nectar is her blessing. He believes that his life's purpose and mission is to have bedroom fun with a lady, and that he must go to whatever length to obtain it. In pursuit of the peace leaf, he will give up his financial future, purpose, sanity, soul, religion, freedom, and family and friends. Nice guys who worship women don't get what they want. Women will exploit the decent guy for his money, energy, attention, and time while keeping him in her friend zone. Only when she has had enough of the jerks and no longer has time for them will she begin seeking males she knows will make fantastic long-term companions, also known as the decent guys. She will not desire a decent guy, but she will accept him since she has no other options. In the toe-curling plow session with Chad, she will eventually miss the streets. Then she'll divorce, take the lovely guy's money, and return to the streets. The next issue with nice guys is that they are needy and crave female validation. Look, gentlemen, one thing that every good guy has in common is that they will be needy around the female they like or in their relationships, because nice guys believe that the women they adore are superior to them. They will continually seek these women's attention rather than focusing on themselves and living their lives to prepare for a better economic future. They will spend that time with the woman they want, which could include continually texting the girl and having tedious, banal talks, as well as spending time listening to the girl's relationship troubles and acting as a pseudo-therapist to her. Bringing the girl out on dates with no potential of bedroom pleasure and spending all of my time worrying about the girl, the female doesn't have to pay anything on a nice guy, and she may live rent-free in his thoughts while reaping the benefits of having him in her life. Because the pleasant guy doesn't value his own time. He will drop whatever he is doing at the drop of a hat to be at her back and call and serve the divine feminine. He will offer it to the girl he likes for free without expecting anything in return. Are you starting to notice a pattern? The lovely guy is almost equivalent, if not identical, to an enslaved person or pet, but you must understand that he voluntarily put himself in this predicament. This is a gradual pimping approach to get between her panties, because he believes that if he's kind to her, she'll lie on her back with 10 toes up in the air. Ultimately, what these men do is frequently deceptive to themselves, and it's all a ruse to obtain what they want. The polite guy's approach is to do whatever it takes to get between her legs. Another issue with nice guys is that they wish to the approval of the lady they admire. This could be the lady telling him how great he is and how any woman would be lucky to have him. How she values him as a friend and would never want to break up their friendship is some dumbness to let him know that she only loves him as a friend. It's never going any further than that, since the good guy is so hoping that he'll get her he can't comprehend how her approval of him means nothing. It's like those guys online who come to the rescue of women, and the woman thanks him for being her knight in shining armor, but the kind guy gets nothing more than lip attention. The guy who would do the opposite of the good guy has her face in the pillow. So who is winning? I'll leave that up to you, but chasing affirmation is never a good idea, because what else do you gain out of it but bolster your ego? You want to live your life independent of the thoughts or praise of others, and rely on yourself to prop you up, not others, because people can tear you down just as quickly as they can build you up. Nice guys wear ladies' cloaks and will battle to protect a lady simply because she is a woman. I won't go into too much detail because it's a touchy subject. Still, polite gentlemen would battle other men to the point of removing that man over a lady without knowing the entire specifics of what happened between the other man and the woman. How often have you seen a man and a woman arguing in public, and just as things are about to get heated, the nice guys step in to defend the woman? If you're still not convinced, consider this. How many times have you been in a relationship with a girl who had a male best friend who you knew wanted to smash your girl, And if you and your girl had a problem or a quarrel, she would come to him for assistance, and he would throw you under the bus. Do you see what I mean? The darker side of this is when nice guys remove other men because they disagreed with another lady. Or when a decent guy deletes the woman he wants because he can't have her, and his thinking is that if he can't get her, no one else should. Almost every guy watching the movie up to this point has heard or experienced something similar, so be cautious around lovely guys. I can't say much about this subject, but I know you know what I'm talking about. To summarize this nasty boy, polite guys despise conflict and are slaves to their salami. One thing that most reasonable people have in common is that they are non-confrontational, especially when it comes to women. A nice guy will not dare to stand up and defend himself. When a woman challenges him, he is more likely to play the submissive position than the dominant guy. Things the majority of women desire. Many lovely gentlemen find themselves in relationships or marriages with strong women who rule and control them. Furthermore, some of these men are so weak that they accept the woman wearing the strappy on his backside. You guys are aware of what is going on, so don't act like vulnerable men. Don't get bent over by their wives. Maybe it's consensual or not, but it's happening. The nasty boys, like Chad and Tyrone, will challenge and check their woman, which is why she becomes wet for those guys, while the polite guy is dry than the Sahara Desert. To top it all off, most decent guys can only think with their small heads and are obsessed with busting that horrible nut look. Guys, if you can't make judgments that don't involve sex when dealing with women, you'll be ruled by sex for the rest of your life. Because lovely males emphasize having bedroom fun over everything else, he becomes a slave to his salami, prepared to degrade himself and elevate a woman above him to be inside a woman. The nice guy wakes up thinking about sex and goes to bed thinking about sex. All the nice guy can think about is the woman he desires on all fours being dug out by him. Nothing in his life is more important than the chase of the lovely watery intestines. If you're a true man, sex should never be at the top of your priority list because it should be easy to obtain. To round out this film, friendly people feel that they should always claim the moral high ground. Nice males believe that they must follow the blue pill matrix to achieve what they want from a woman. Friendly males would never pay to receive the sugary nectar. They believe they are above such things and look down on the men who paid directly for what they want. Instead, he would spend the woman's expenses, OnlyFans emergencies, and so on, rather than pay altogether and receive what he truly desires. He will not do it. Don't be the good man. It never pays off, and you lose far more than you gain in the long run. So learn to be a man and place women last on your priority list. They're not as vital as you think. And most of them offer nothing to your life. Above all, live light for yourself and on your own. I'm here to talk to you about MGTOW. Some of you may have heard of it, but don't really know what it is, and some of you may be staunchly against it. But I think it's important for us to have an open dialogue about it so that we can better understand each other. So whether you're for or against MGTOW, please join me in tackling the female perspective on why they think men go their own way. Make sure to click the following video for more.